Welcome back to the channel. Today on
It is a beautiful, easy breezy, beautiful day here in Michigan. Sun is shining. Not on me, I'm in the shade, but what can you ask for? It's 60 degrees and we're after work. We just got back from the dentist and now we got an exciting little pickup for you guys. Check this one out. I was finally able to acquire a Fender, a new one, and she's pretty decent. She's got one rust bubble right there, but that'll be covered right up by the fender flare, so I'm not worried about that. It's gonna be way better than this one. Yeah, that one was exposed when you put the flare on. So let's get to throwing this thing on. $50, by the way. $50. I had to drive 2 hours to get it, but it was $50. And just like that, we got her on. Crisp and clean, baby. Crisp and clean. It's not perfect. Had a little bit more of a protrusion here than on the other stock one. But I'm not worried about it. She's an old truck. If all you do is you step back 5 feet and she looks mint. And that definitely has some better paint than this oxidized junk, so all the more motivation to touch up this paint, and then hopefully it'll be unnoticeable. Especially after this flare, it'll be looking great. Stay tuned.
what is going on? I look like I've been through a lot, but I've just been on there for like 5 seconds. I don't know what's going on with my face. I think it's all dust. We're gonna get a little bit of grinding done and try to smooth out surface for the Bondo, and then wait till you see the amount of Bondo I got. I don't think I need that much. I got a gallon, but I don't think we'll need it. So let's get to grinding, baby.
Alright, it is the next day. What I came up with last night, it's not perfect, but you know, I'm spraying bed liner on this, you guys, so it's gonna really be really thick, and it's probably gonna cover up 85% of my imperfections here. So this is gonna, I'm gonna be happy with this. This is pretty smooth. It's gonna be a nice seam. I'm not really worried about back there. You're not gonna see shit, isn't it? And yeah, right here, this is kind of gooped up, but whatever. That's a little, you know, whatever. And this is fairly decently smooth and something. So I mean, it's gonna look a little ripply maybe when I spray the liner, but for the most part, it's gonna look way better. So I'm happy with that. I'm not gonna spend too much time because you know what, guys, like this truck is, I mean, look at the dents. I mean, I'm gonna spray my liner over that, but it's still gonna be dented, so the thing isn't perfect. I just want it to look, you know, halfway decent. And then up here, you know, we got a, you know, roughly kind of smooth fill in here to this, and then this is roughly rounded and looks good. And then this transition is, you know, decent. It's not like amazing, but it's gonna look fine when I throw a liner on it. The texture of the liner is gonna definitely cover up a lot of the mishaps anyway too. So I'm gonna be working back and forth here for the rest of the day on this side and that side. I want to try to get this primed in so it doesn't rust. And then I'm also going to try to finish the other side, so I'm going to probably hit Bondo with that over there. Oh, I've got to sand around here so when I throw the liner or the primer, it doesn't go on bare metal or bare paint that's not sanded. So I'm going to sand this. Probably go over there and throw Bondo down, and then throw the Bondo while the Bondo's drying, prime this, and I don't know, I'm going to be flopping back and forth. You'll see it. So here we go. All right, it is the next day, and sun went down yesterday, and definitely ran out of time. But got some exciting news. The rockers are primed in and ready for paint. Now everything isn't ready for paint yet because I still have to sand everything down here below the body line here and on the back and everything else. So, but the rockers themselves are ready to rip, which is sweet. So let me show you what we came up with. We're on the passenger side, cab corner. That looks way worse than with the primer on it. I'm telling you, I really think it's going to be minimal when I get the bed liner sprayed in. You're not going to see much of that shape. It's not perfect, like I said. I wasn't going for perfection, but it looks pretty decent. Pretty decent. I'm happy with the results. Happy. That's the plan.
So transition even looks okay. I mean, it's weird because you're going from a different shape into a different shape because the aftermarket sheet metal things didn't exactly line up perfectly with the OEM stuff. But we'll walk around the other side and try what we're working with here. Color bing bang booey. Let's go. She ain't perfect, but she'll play, you know what I mean? She'll definitely play. We're back. We're after work. We just hit the gym. Get a little protein smoothie. Plan for today right now is to rip these off and the bumper and maybe get some sanding done. We're prepping for the Raptor liner, U-pull Raptor liner from this body down all the way, and then the inner door jambs and then the inner seals of the door. Let's get to it. Alrighty, we got that one done in the nick of time. It's starting to rain. So what we did today was sand all the outside and actually got the inside done. Jams, so those are all ready to rock. The rusty stuff underneath this bit here, hit that with the flap disc, and I hit with the primer after that. I got it down to bare metal, hit it with the primer after that. So we got everything down to the back. When I go to paint this, I'm going to tape off wherever I want, and then I'm just going to sand up to that point. So I didn't do all the way up, so it's not completely 100%. One thing I didn't do on the outside here is I still got to take the bumper off and then get this little bit right here that I couldn't get to, and this bottom of the tailgate. But, as you can see, the other side's looking pretty ripper. Got it all
all the bare metal stuff primed back in. So pretty much all that's left to do before we hit it with some Raptor liner is get the prep the bottom of these doors. This is the worst one. Prep that, get all the rust gone, and then prep it with some metal prep, and then hit it with either Port 15 if I got an old thing of Port 15, if that's got any good, if it's any good, we'll try it. It's been sitting for a long time, so it probably isn't. If not, we're just gonna Raptor line it, or we're gonna Raptor line it. I don't really know yet, haven't really decided, but coming right along. See you guys in a second. Okay, so that was a huge PITAAAAA. I watched a video on YouTube and I knew I was gonna get hung up pulling it out, but it says to remove the back two bed bolts and then pop the bed up, but when you got a rusty, crusty mother F, that's not working. That's not gonna work. So I took the grinder to it, and yeah, I highly recommend this. If you got a rusty truck, don't even bother with the bed bolts. Just frickin' zip and call it a day. Onto the tailgate, we're gonna get that. I think we're gonna tape that off in sand. So let's get after it. Alright, you guys, I've been putting in some work off camera. A tight deadline here. I'm after work. Actually, the sun's already going down, so it's later in the evening. A couple days since the last video. I've done here is I've sanded these fenders and went to the store to get some adhesion promoter. So that way tomorrow after work I'm going to try to shoot and spray all my Raptor. Take a quick gander outside. So that's what's going on with the fenders. And then take a quick walk down here to the old unit out in the grass. So we're almost all the way taped off here. I'm waiting for some more stuff that's coming in the mail tomorrow, some more of that plastic wrap. We're gonna finish taping her off. I'm gonna have to do the outside first and then spray the inner rockers because it was just going to be too much of a pain in the butt to try to tape those so I could open them and close them and spray both at the same time. So I'm going to do this coat, 2 coats on this, and then, you know, it's going to be a spray one, wait an hour, do that second coat, wait a few minutes, then open the doors, and then spray the inside. The insides are pretty much taped off, so I won't have to do much there, but come around back here. So hit the wire wheel on that hitch. So we're gonna pour 15 that so it doesn't look like a piece of junk. And then I got the tailgate over here, and then I'll lay the fenders on there. And we're gonna get spraying tomorrow, so you'll see that. It'll be a nice little Monty. So stay tuned. boot out. All right. Thanks for the compliment, man. Follow me. Connor. Being on record. Alright, what is up guys? We're back here. It's a few days later. Raptor's finally dried and it's looking great. I skipped this part. Probably should have filmed it, but I'm just gonna give you the update right now. I just taped off really roughly the bottoms of the doors and hit it with port 15. So that's drying right now. And then just finishing touches here. I'm gonna take that decal off, take those decals off, and then we're gonna have to buff polish. Hopefully get a new door, gas door. And then also I've got these trim pieces off because we're gonna have to get to the frame body mounts, which it looks like the hole is right there. I have to take the seats out probably again to get to that. We're gonna have to cut through the bottom of the floor right there and stop the bolts, frame bolts from spinning. They're just spinning because they were so rusted, because when I took off the steps, that's what happened. So that's the only major thing I got to do is fix those two frame mounts, one in the middle here, one in the middle over there. Front one's messed up, but I'm just gonna leave that like it is, and then the back ones are actually okay. I just gotta tighten them back up. So that's that, and then we're gonna get the fenders on after we fix the paint. So I think the next step right now is to take some decals off. I'm gonna take that one off while this stuff's drying and go from there. Oh, I also got the hitch for 15. Don't really know why I went all the way to there, but that's the most important part right there. That thing's gonna look nice and black again, so that'll be cool. Got the tailgate back on, the taillights back in. That's gonna do it for this one. The rain's coming in today. Woo, look at that. It is gonna get nasty. See you next time.